G'day guys, it's Brock here again from Window Cleaning World. Here we have a Louvre cleaning package. So we're going to show you the components here and how to clean your own louvres at home. Okay, so to start off with, we have two lead hoses. We have one that will connect to your garden tap at home and connect to here, the inlet of the tank. And the other will connect to the outlet. This is a 4-litre deionizing tank, or DI for short. It comes pre-filled with deionizing resin, and this is going to filter the water for cleaning your louvres. We also have a tester here. This is a TDS tester. It checks the health of your resin, and we'll show later how to use that. So this hose connects to your tank, your garden tap at home, and then to the inlet of this tank. Then the other hose connects to the outlet, which will then fill pre-filtered water into the Exxon spray pack. This is going to pump the water to your Louvre rinsing kit, so you can rinse off the louvres after they've been scrubbed. And if we move along here, we've got 5 meters of orange pole tube. This is 8mm outer diameter. We use this for a lot of things at the shop here, so this is very common, this hose. We have the Louvre rinse kit. There's a small valve here and a cutout on this here for rinsing the louvres, and a Louvre buddy. Very old version, this one, but we're going to use it for the demonstration. So we will go fill up this tank, get it all set up, and show you how to clean. Here we have our garden tap, which we have a hose running from that to the DI tank, which we have connected to the inlet, which if you look here, it says in, and then the outlet says out, so you know which way the flow is supposed to go. So hose going to the in, water supply coming in, water supply coming out with your 2 lead hoses that we supply. And this is how we're going to fill up the spray pack. But firstly, we're just going to show how to test the water. We're testing the TDS, which stands for total dissolved solids. And what we're looking for is 000 or just 0 TDS. If we turn it on, see if we can see it on the camera there. It's not testing anything, so it's showing 3 zeros. You see that on the camera? So if we go ahead and I'll show you what happens if we just test the regular tap water. So just get a little bit of water coming out. It doesn't have to be full pressure or anything. On the tester, there's a little black cap. You can just take that off. You just fill that with water and then put this back in, and it's testing 53. Just going to test it again. That doesn't seem quite right. Wow, water's really clean today. So it's typically about 80. We've got 52 ppm, that's parts per million. That's actually quite clean water, but it's not clean enough for cleaning louvres to get a spot-free finish. So when we hook this up, wrong way. So now we're gonna make the water go through the tank, and there might be a little bit of air in the system that'll sort of purge out. So there's resin beads in here. They're like little plastic little beads, and the tank is full of them. And basically, as the water passes through the tank, it takes all the minerals that are in the water. It takes all that stuff out, so you get a spot-free finish. It's very similar to if you go to a car wash. There's usually a spot-free finish at the car wash. It's kind of the same thing. You're removing all the stuff in the water, so you can get that really clean finish when the water dries up. So it's testing at 2. Let's test it again. Still 2. So just takes a little minute to come down. There we go. 0, 0, 0. So that's exactly what we want. That's really clean. It's really important to regularly test the water coming out of the DI tank, because if you don't test it, you don't really know what the health of the resin is. So regularly testing, you'll know what the level is. When it gets to 0, 20 or 20 ppm, that's when you really want to change the resin in the tank. We sell those partial bags, so you can just change that out. We also have videos showing how to do that. It's very simple. So let's go ahead and fill the tank. And what we don't want to do is run the tap at full tap pressure. It's just not necessary. So we're going to run it just a nice flow like that. This ensures that the water is properly filtered through the resin. If we do it at too high of a pressure, it can sometimes pass through the resin too quickly and not be filtered properly. So we've filled up the tank about halfway. You can fill it up as much as you want. We're just going to fill it up half for the demonstration. But when you're not using this tank, it's really good to store it full of water. So just leave it full, just disconnect it, and then use one of your hoses to just do a loop like this. This will make sure that basically it doesn't dry out and it just stays full of water. This is the best way to store it for long term. With your spray pack, you'll get a bunch of other accessories, which is shown in another video, but this is the trigger that comes with it, among another bunch of stuff that you get. This is the fitting that we add into the spray pack. Now, your one may have these little green fittings on them. It may not, but for this one here, all they're for is for pulling. If you pull that down, that releases the push fit valve or push fit fitting that's here. Your version may just have this black collar, which you can push down like this. When that's connected like that, push it down, then you can release it. And it works the same with the 5-meter pole tube we have here. To connect the 5-meter pole tube, you simply just push it in like this. And it may feel like it's in enough, but you want to make sure you firmly push it in because it will go in a little bit further. There is an O-ring in there that it needs to get past to seal. So the reason we're using this tube here is essentially just to give you more reach, so you can leave the spray pack, on the ground or wherever you want to while you're doing the work. So you have 5 more meters of reach. And then if we find the other end of the hose, well, there it is. We can then connect the Louvre rinse kit. Again, this is a push fit fitting, so we can just go ahead and push that in like that. And to release it, you have to push down this collar, and then you can pull it out. If you try and pull that out without pushing the collar down, it will ruin the fitting. Okay, now that we've got that all hooked up, we need to show you how to operate this spray pack. So on the side here, we're missing a knob, but there's a small knob for that, but we've got an on-off switch, and this is the speed control. So you can control basically the pressure of the water coming out, and this one here is just the charge port. Again, we do a more in-depth view of the spray pack on another video, but we'll go ahead and turn that switch on. I think that's on, and you'll hear this click on, and as I turn it up, you hear the pump work more and more. So both our valves are open. So we've got a valve here and there's another one on the other end of the hose. And we just need to let the water purge through. So the water's been purged out now. We can see there's a stream of water coming out of the Louvre rinse kit there. And when you're rinsing your louvres, you don't need full pressure. So that's full pressure. You really don't need that much, but you will find sort of eventually how much you need as you clean the windows. So what you can do is set that speed that you like, and you can actually just turn this little valve off, and that'll stop the pump so it's not leaking. Take your Louvre buddy and some soapy water. You can just use regular dish soap that you use at home. You don't have to have anything special. And here we have our awesome louvres. They are very dirty. We've been saving this dirt for a long time, just for this video. But what you want to do is clean them from the inside of your house. It seems a bit weird, but it's easiest done from the inside. So you just go ahead and open them up all the way. Take your Louvre buddy, slip it on there. You don't need to press or anything. We're just moving side to side. Put a nice scrub like that. And you can probably do 2, 3, 4 panels if you want. I wouldn't do the whole set of louvres and then go to rinse because they might start to dry. And if you're doing this in summer, then they dry really quickly. So you want to do just a couple. And then when you go to rinse them, you want to close them most of the way. So now we can get our Louvre rinse kit. We can open that valve so the water's coming out. And then we just give it a nice rinse. We're washing all that soap and that dirt away. And because we're using filtered water, we get a nice spot-free finish. We just leave the louvres open a little bit, leave them to dry, and you get a really good finish, just like professional window cleaners do now. So as you'll see, because the louvers are in this orientation and because they're almost all the way closed, no actual water comes in the house. You may get a few little drips here and there, but the water is basically going straight outside because you're doing it from the inside. So we would recommend just putting a towel down on the ground just to catch any rogue drips. But on the whole, all the water should go outside, and that's why you want to keep your louvers closed most of the way. This is great because it flushes out the dirt from all these little brackets in the corners, and you just get a really nice clean finish on louvers that have typically been a real pain for window cleaners in the past. So we hope that video has been really helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, you can always call us at the shop. Leave us a comment on this video if you like. Subscribe if you can, that'd be great. We're trying to get past 1,000 subscribers right now. But thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.